Okay. Hey, everybody. It's 8 o'clock Central, 8:01. So thanks for being punctual on 3:19. Hey, Tina, I haven't seen you in a while. So good to see some of you. You guys are growing so big over there in Team Inspire and Team Live Epically over here. We can't do our monthly calls together anymore because we're too big and then nobody gets to talk. So I love it. Hey, Katie Stemmy. Hey, Christina, Robin. Oh, so fun. Mary. Thanks for popping on. So there's not a formal agenda right now. What we want to start with actually is open forum completely. Share what's on your heart. Ask questions. Let's strategize. And then if we have time, we're going to share some strategy things that Chris and I know from what we're seeing others do so far, what we're doing, best practices. Chris and I have spent a lot of time connecting this week, studying things, paying attention. Hey, Amy. Hey, Kendi. But I'd rather have you guys start first with sharing a little something. And also if you have questions or need help or you're stuck or any of that, we'd rather strategize on this call than have it be Chris and I talking at you. So yeah, who can we support? Who wants to start? Cute headband, Kendi. Hey, Sam. Hey, Debbie. Anyone?
I feel like my circle has stopped expanding. Any suggestions to help expand it some more?
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, can you tell us who you are?
Amy Collins.
And where do you live?
Indiana.
And how long have you been on the team?
Since October.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I'll go first, Amy, and then Carissa, you can go next if that's okay. We'll switch off back and forth. Carissa, why do you look so good right now? We were not even able to go anywhere. And you look like you were, right? Everyone look at her right now and say, you look amazing. Truly, like, I love you because you look so good right now. And I look like
that's because I had to go live like 4 times today, so I didn't want to look,
Okay. I feel like because Macaulay has a fever, I feel grungy. Like, anybody else ever had that where your kids are sick and you just feel gross because—
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Amy, what can you do? I don't know what you've done so far. So this is the great part about having a strategy call. I'm just going to give you a couple of simple ideas. One, I've been coaching and talking to my team more than ever right now about networking with new people through social media because you can't be with them or near them. So go and pay attention to who likes your posts, who sees your posts, who's in your recipe club but has never purchased. So who sees you on social media, who follows you, who's in your club that's never purchased. If you haven't started using Instagram, use Instagram. That's just everybody. Use Instagram. I'm sorry. I know nobody wants to hear this, but it is a reality. Those are places to meet new people, which is what you're asking. And these are all free. Everything I just gave you as advice is free. Plus, honestly, some of these people are going to be your best customers ever because you don't know them. There's no friendship. There's no weird, like, oh, I feel bad asking her because I know she does this or she has this. You won't know them and you can network. And Carissa and I, whoever's team you're in, we can post some words if you want with this recording tonight, just like some simple ways that sometimes I will send. I'm a Christian, so I'll send a Bible verse sometimes and like thanks so much for following me. I'm really excited to connect with you. Or sometimes I'll just send a positive quote to like new people that watched my stories that day. I really try to form a connection and then I try to find a way to serve them. But you have to get to know them first. So that way, and then of course, what about all the people you already know? It sounds like you joined in October. So you probably did a launch, you probably had some classes. Have you gone back and one-on-one connected with those people to see how they're doing, wish them well during this current world, just, I guess, virus spread that's happening? And have you thought of what you want to ask them? This is a big rookie mistake when people want to like get more business going. They just like so generically are like, hey, how are you? Or hey, how's your epicure? And the person that gets that is probably like, good, in my pantry, or like, or like, oh, the mac and cheese is really tasty. But like, why are you reaching out to them? So I just sometimes am really direct, like, hey, thought of you today while I was doing this because I remember you posting a preschool activity and I thought of that today while I was working with Macaulay on something. Wanted to check in and see how you're surviving COVID-19. I hope your family's well. I also know that it's been a couple months since we talked Epicure. Can I help you during this time of need? Eat at home. Like, I'm just really direct with what I want. And so, Amy, that's a lot, but I just wanted to give you enough that would help. Was that helpful? Everyone else that's got a video on, did I say anything that was a nugget that you could use? Okay, thank you. Okay, Carissa, what about you? What do you do to find new people?
To find new people, my biggest thing is, so you hit on a couple things. So you hit on reaching out to people that are watching you and seeing you. But I know sometimes when you're reaching out to those people that are watching you and seeing you, don't always know what to do next. Like they might reply, they might not reply, they might just ignore you, they might just, so then you're sitting there thinking, oh, like what's happening? They're not responding. I have 20 new people in my group and they're not responding. So I've encouraged a lot, and I know like Tina's been rocking it lately, like every single day. She's been going live, just anything. She's been going live and cooking a snack. She's been going live and cooking popcorn, going live and talking about whatever. Her kids are, yelling in the background or whatever. Sorry, Tina. But she's going live. She's being consistent with her lives. And then those people that are probably still watching that she reached out to, that she, then they start to kind of come around. They start to see, okay, all right, like, all right, she made marinara, like that seems easy. Okay, she made this. All right, maybe next time she reaches out, I'll say something back to her or whatever. But being consistent in your recipe club versus, I was having this conversation with Ashley today, like pictures are great, but people want to see real life pictures. They want to see it on a paper plate. They want to see it, in plastic cups. They want to see your messy kitchen. They want to see it all, because we don't, it's not like here, I'm sitting here with a alcoholic drink, yes, in my hand, and, having a conversation with all of you. They want to see stuff like that. So I think it's super important, like Kayla said, reaching out to those that are watching you, that are liking your posts. I actually made a list of some people that have been liking my Instagram stories, giving me hearts or whatever, commenting, and then I'll reach back out to them just to get some conversation going, just how's it, whatever, how's it going? How are things at home, things like that. But, and then the other thing too is if people are telling you no, and they don't want to do it, maybe they don't want to order, maybe they love the way they cook, they love their way life is rolling, ask them like for referrals. It sounds scary, and I feel like a broken record because I always say ask for referrals, but seriously, ask them, like, you know what, I do really great referral gifts. Do you know anyone that would love fast meal solutions, or anyone that you think would really love my my recipe club with the things I'm sharing? Do you know of anyone that you think I could talk to and really help? Especially now, I'm really passionate about helping people. So those are kind of a couple tips of, reaching out to the other people. And I always say too, it takes just one class, Amy. It takes just one class, whether it's online, obviously, or in home. It just takes that one class for that one person to be like, yeah, I'm going to book with you. And then you're in front of a whole nother group of people. And then you get in front of another group of people, and just kind of the ripple effect. So hopefully that was helpful. I think
Yeah, she said it was helpful. She typed in the comments. Yeah. Who else? I love this. That's the kind of stuff people want to know on these calls. Thank you, Amy, for just jumping in and asking a great question. Because people, when you come to a call like this is strategy. We want strategy tonight. Like, not us coaching at you, but does anybody else have tips they want to add to what Amy asked?
So one thing I would add is right now, especially with Instagram, like I'm not good with following because I'm not an Instagrammer, but I've made my profile live. So when I'm doing cooking classes, or it's not like our cooking classes. I'm doing what I call life cooking lessons for kids. I'm literally teaching my special needs child, both of them. One of them's a little bit easier, like simple things. Like we did omelets tonight in my group, but I also posted it public because then it gets shared, and that's going to expand and bring those new people. My problem is the follow-up, which I am looking forward to hearing words to use and how you guys suggest doing those follow-ups. And maybe I don't know how to message on Instagram yet, so I'm still learning that part. Facebook, I'm rocking it, but that seems to be great.
For putting it out there and doing it though, and learning. That's good. That's huge, Christina.
I've gotten 15 new followers on Instagram just from people sharing, and they're loving having the kids there, especially, really. and having that. So,
yep.
And I don't know if I don't think it's against policy to do that public, because I'm not offering anything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, on our last call right before this, I had 3 back-to-back calls tonight, so this is fun. This is my middle one right now. One of the things I said is I actually think right now we need to definitely do a better job of sharing more on our main wall, especially those hinting pictures of what we do, like how we work from home. It doesn't need to say join my team, but it can just be I'm really thankful to be able to work from home right now with hashtags, Epicare, hashtag, work from home, stay at home mom, work, whatever, you guys know. Same thing with live demos. I think better done on your main wall sometimes right now. And they can be shared. And I think as long as you're not giving away something. So if you're intending it to be like a cooking class and you're going to give away prizes or whatever, that has to be done in your private group. So I did that tonight, but I also plan this weekend at some point to go live and like make brunch or something and do that I want to show you guys what I do. If you're not in my club yet, get in my club. That's a good way to get people into your private groups and stuff. So doing both, I think I'm so glad you said it because I think it's really, really valid. Yeah. Sorry, my computer's acting weird.
No, you're fine. And I have a follow-up question. Do we have like a company policy at this point or like warning on whether or not we can do in-home demos? Like, is there an official like
the company is standing on what your state is telling you. So like is it a Providence in Canada? They're different than us, right? They're not states.
They're Providence.
Okay, yeah. So they're going off of that for them, which they still have 25 as of yesterday, people. We're 10 right now. So what I would say is if you need these words like Carissa or I know, the senior directors and above have some words that you can use that I was very comfortable with. It just asks them if they've traveled out of the country not to come, if they're high risk not to come, that you'll Facebook Live for those people. It's probably going to take your group anyway, let's be honest. You're probably going to have like 5 to 8, right? You're going to definitely be within the range. It also explains like you're going to take your own catalog. We're going to wash our hands. I'll probably just do the cooking and demoing. So I'm the only one touching anything. Like you can really do it really smart. So I would say make the best decision for you. If you're asking me if my classes this week would have still wanted to hold, I would have absolutely left my house and gone and then like wiped my body down with Lysol wipes and took a shower when I got home and all the things, probably because just that it makes me feel kind of weird that our world is.
I have to.
Yeah.
My kids are high risk, so I have to if I go out.
So this is up to you too, because here's the thing. Some people have said to me, well, my employer is still making me go to work. And so to me, it's like, well, then I would probably go to the class. But of course, if you're caring for high risk children, like, and this is like a safety thing, gosh, no, don't go. So like what Epicure is standing on is you got to follow the laws or what's in place or what's being asked of you and be very responsible for yourself and your business and what we represent. That's where we stand right now. But
okay, I want to make sure that there wasn't like an official no, because I told her I would do it depending on where we were because we're 2 weeks out. But I've also got her doing the event that Chris is doing, so as a fallback. And I said, look, we don't know where it's going to be, and take advantage of that. But I want to make sure we didn't have a policy that I missed.
No,
because I missed 2 of home office's emails now. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Good question. Who else? I'll check comments too here. I haven't looked. Okay, no other comments yet. Anyone else?
I have a question. Going back to sharing on our main wall, are we allowed to share, like if we do like a live, or we're not allowed to share any of the specials or anything?
No. Nope, you can share specials.
We can't do like a giveaway or something like, oh, you can win this tonight by like looking at me, blah, 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 blah. Like we can share those, like the Lucky Charm things and like the dinner thing, like the 3-week dinner collection. We can share those, like if we're talking live or something. That's not going to get us in trouble. Okay.
Nope. In fact, this week I did sneak peek more of the specials because I just don't want anyone to miss some of these fun things. Those surprise packs. Raise your hand if you're loving the stuff right now that we have. Does anyone else think it's super fun? Okay, good. I was like, is it just me that loves surprises? So I was like, Kayla Troutman, first customer, order all 4, like right away. But I don't think that's wasteful. I think people need joy and it's going to be practical kitchen stuff. So I love that. But yes, Amanda, you can share anything that's company sponsored.
I really post a little academic.
I know they're almost sold out, but I will tell you, sharing Epicure's official video of them announcing it got me a lot of sales. Unfortunately, not fast enough because within a couple hours, some of the collection had already sold out, but it actually really attracted, because then people, and I have somebody who wants to join off of it too. She's like, oh, that's a really great thing. Not only is it good food, but look at how fun your bosses are being.
Yes. I actually, can I just build on that, Christina? Is that okay? I have two thoughts when you were sharing. Number one, I love the hype that the company does. I love how silly they are and how fun they are. They're not making fun of the situation. They're taking it so serious. Buck and Brick and the whole team is, they can't travel. There's a travel shutdown right now. They have to be not at the corporate office. You know, everybody is following the rules, but they thought, let's have some fun with this. Everyone needs joy, right? We need joy. We need hope. And I thought it was super fun. I also want to say I really respect a company that doesn't threaten wool supplies last and then it lasts forever. Although I don't want things to run out. I want everyone to be able to buy all 4. I'm also glad though that if we're going to say wool supplies last and we're going to build the hype, that we actually sell out of stuff. Is anybody else ever thankful for that? Because I feel like otherwise you can't use that and be like, oh, we're going to sell out. And then for 3 weeks you have it. I'm glad that they're selling, and I'm glad that they're giving us fun things, and I can promise you April's going to bring more. And one last thing, if you guys love the corporate team, make sure you get into the USA New Consultants group that's company ran. There's going to be a social media challenge starting tomorrow. Ricky, I believe, is going to go live and tell you what the first day is. I don't know what that is. I was talking to Ricky today, so I know a little bit about it. And every day, I think through the end of the month, there's going to be a social media tip or challenge for you guys. So again, a company that's showing up and saying, okay, we know cooking classes are where it's at. We know helping people cook matters. Right now, you got to do it online. Let's have some fun with this. Let's grow. Let's grow our tool belt. Let's grow our skill set. I love that. So yeah, thanks, Christina, for all those things, because those are really helpful reminders. Who else? Oh, last thing. I have one more thing I want to say, Christina, when you were talking. You have a recruit lead. Let's talk about that quick. It is not a bad time to sponsor people. I've signed 2 people in the last 2 days. Coming for different reasons. Yeah.
I'm hoping her though, because I want the incentive for spring launch if it goes through. So I'm not, because you guys posted with them coming out to do spring launch if we sponsor 2 starting April 10th, that we
No, you have to sponsor them by April 10th.
Oh, I thought it said starting April 10th.
No, you want her to be now. I was like, why are you holding her? No, if you want to earn that, you got to sponsor now.
Oh, okay. I misread it. I should have asked. Because she's like ready to go. Like, she's been asking for a couple of days, like, is it time yet? Can we start her?
Yes, start her. Yeah. Who's
I
your
misread
upline?
your guys' email.
That's okay. Who's your upline leader, Christina?
I mostly work with Carissa. Julia is mine, but Carissa's taking charge.
Yeah, so whoever's going to help you onboard, right now is a great time to do that because everyone's home and she's going to get a PS. Why is it a great time to sponsor? Let's talk about that really quick. What am I going to say? Oh, Dawn, I like your background back there. Purple. I did not notice that ever before. That's awesome. Why should Christina sign her right now besides the obvious, bless her life? Hello. But there's something else that the company's offering right now that makes it special to join right now.
Well,
everyone that's joining gets an extra month of their fast start. So don't wait. Like, you want her to be in that window right now of joining. So if she joins right now, we'll have to check with corporate exactly how that works, Christina, how that goes. But what I think it is if she starts now, she'll have that on the front end of her month 1. I think it just extends it longer so she can get in, she can get training, she can start her online resources, but check. Don't tell her that that's how that works. Just go and check with corporate or message them. But I know I have it in writing that right now the consultants that join all the way back through December get extra time on their fast start to make their goals happen. So why wouldn't, if they're thinking about it, why wouldn't they want to get in now and take advantage of that? What a generous offer to say, hey, we know that this could be an interesting time with things changing. So yeah, it's a great time to sponsor people and to bring them in, but just connect them with your upline structure because Carissa and Julia are amazing and they'll help you onboard her specifically for right now, but still make sure that in the future she knows what's all available, like with live cooking classes and stuff too. So cool. And Sheree just typed, she had a new consultant in her organization tonight. So yay, Sheree. It's awesome. Yeah, Christina, go get that person signed up. You're making me anxious. Look at my anxiety rising as you're holding them. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? No, go sign them up right now. Carissa knows me. I act with urgency. If you're in my team,
I really just want that because I'm traveling up for the launch. I really want that.
Yeah, no, you go get her signed up. Honestly, like if the seat matters to you, we'll make something special happen. But we want you to get her signed up. And because we want to bless people's lives, you guys, in this season, we just had a call. We had a call right before this, and someone on the call doesn't have a job right now because they work in a food service type of role, and their areas we're closed. They're here in Fond du Lac, and everything is shut down. So this for her, thank goodness she's here. She's got income that she can make. Right? What a blessing.
Yeah, that's why she keeps asking. She's like, can we go? I was like,
Yeah, you don't.
but she wants me.
Never wait, Christina.
Never wait.
All the time. I tell you all the time. Don't wait. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, even if there is an incentive, just message your upline and be like, it says this day, and we'd be like, okay, don't tell anybody. Like, fine, because we would never wait. We want her to be blessed in her life. So now that time to.
That's what I was gonna do tomorrow with Chris, because she wants to set up the 3-way conversation.
Yes.
But
Good.
We've had other stuff going on, so
yep.
Homeschooling is a little crazy with these kids right now.
Yep. Welcome to Sheree's life, right? Who else homeschools on here? I don't know if Stephanie will watch the playback. Yeah, Kendi, I was just looking for you as my eyes were like, everybody, as people join and leave, the pictures all move on my TV, and then I'm like, where did she go? Lots of homeschoolers that are probably laughing at all the memes right now on social media about homeschooling. And we're over. Yeah, go ahead, Christina.
I did, but this year they were in good enough health they got to go. And now I've gotten used to it. And with working and having me time, I'm like, where am I fitting in this schedule? My schedule's messed up. It kind of threw me. Switch gears here. Yeah, props to all the homeschool moms who are doing it all right now, because I get it. I'm not sure I could do the business and homeschool again. Like, this is throwing me. I'm figuring it out, though. I'm glad we have you and Krista and everyone else to rely on.
Love it.
What is, and I don't want to take this a different direction, Kayla, but what are some people, those that are on here, I would love to hear, like, so Amy had talked about networking to other people. So what else is there that you feel like might have changed over the past few, I mean, let's be honest, a lot's changed, but what has changed where you feel like, gosh, I want to get to X, you know, maybe it's your monthly goal or your monthly recruit, or like, is there anything that seems to be that you feel like you can't get past? Like there's just this wall that you can't get past. So we talked about networking. Is there anything else that you just feel like you need help with, or like Kayla said, strategizing on how to get through that next wall during this time, not in general, like during this unknown season, I guess. So I don't know what else to call it.
I'll go. I would have to say,
who are you?
Sorry, Tina Cadlick from Gillette, Wisconsin.
How long you been with the business?
Since Epicure started.
I know you love me. I knew I could be like, who are you? Okay, go ahead. Now we're ready for it.
And P.S. I had an amazing live video today. If anyone wants to know.
It was amazing.
Let's just say, side note, I made popcorn because it's raining here still. My kids wanted a movie. So I'm like, I'll make them popcorn. I'll go live because it's like a 4-minute video. First time ever, my popcorn did not pop in my steamer. It was great. It was awesome. So there was that.
Shit.
So if anyone ever has that, just keep going with it, and you'll get a lot of messages and lots of follow-up after that. So it all worked out in the end. So really, it was fine. Lots to laugh about. My question is, I've had numerous bookings where I thought they, instead of doing the cookie class, I thought they would have did a Facebook party, but they didn't. They just said, we want to hold off for now and see where this takes us. So I don't know. I guess I'm just
so Confident Kayla. I think that confidence should start with a K, and then that would look really good. Like it could be like my slogan. Confident Kayla would say, please tell me that you had enough confidence to go back to them and say, my calendar is actually really full this spring. Can we just look out then? What are you comfortable with? 6 weeks, 8 weeks? Should we look at April? Should we look at May? And let's get you dated. I'm not letting those people cancel. There's another thing. There's no cancels for Kayla. That's a real slogan I say all the time. We're not canceling, okay? So, and I don't say that to my people, but I want you guys to laugh, right? Amidst this season in the world, I want you guys to laugh. So, Tina, before everybody else gives you input, my input would be, I would have said back to them, let me think about the words, because you guys always want words. Hey, Sally, I totally get it, and I want everyone to be safe. Thanks for reaching out so that I have a plan. Doesn't sound like online interests you, so what if we do this? What if we pick the next date and we'll play it by ear? We'll just we'll move the event over so it's less work. I know your friends and family are going to want to get together after this. We're all going to be a little stir crazy. And then do that emoji where it's got the one squinty eye and his tongue is sticking out. I love that one. That's my favorite, especially in this case. And then I just say something like, I have these open dates. Do any of these work? I know you're busy now, but we'll be glad we rescheduled it right away so we don't have to go back and forth in a couple weeks. I try to reschedule them right away, move it out, make a graphic in Canva that's pretty, spring-like, floral, and says reschedule new catalog party instead, and then put the May date. Or if it's April, just say reschedule new date. And then I've been sending a little canned message to all the yeses, all the maybes, and all the people that have been invited with hey, Julie, Sally decided to change her party. This is the new date. Hope you can make it. We want everyone to be safe with COVID-19. I hope this message finds you well. If you want to check out what I do ahead of time, here's my recipe club. And I'm so close to 2,000 members because of this strategy I've been using. So that's what Troutman would do, because no cancels for Kayla. They're all getting rescheduled for a future date. So who else wants to share what they're doing?
I'm not sure I want to share, but I was feeling really good about my business. My name's Robin. I joined in October. I'm from Appleton.
Well, good job. I was just going to say, where do you live, Robin?
And I had a really good start, and then December was really low for me. But in January, I really picked it up by having 2 classes out of my home. And I used the strategy of, I kind of went to my second level of friends, not my closest friends, but acquaintances. And when I brought 2 Friday nights in a row, I had a cooking class at my house. And I told them, when I passed out the catalogs, I told them, I didn't invite you here to buy something. I invited you here to book a class. And out of those 2 classes that I believe I had 14 people, I did get about 9 classes out of that, which were all scheduled for March, like end of February, March, first week in April. Well, I have been able to reschedule them all starting around the 15th of April and into May, but nobody wants to do a Facebook party. So I'm literally at nothing other than doing my recipe club, which I have had a lot of interest in. I did do a Facebook Live tonight. I did tacos and brownies, and tons of people joined. There was a lot of banter, a lot of talking. So it was actually a super fun Facebook Live because more people are home. But I'm like, okay, do I just take it as it comes? Because I literally have nothing.
What are they saying, Tina? I don't think you shared this when we talked about this, when they're like, we don't want to do anything. What are they, why don't they want to learn cooking at home or learn about Epicure or share Epicure because everybody's home? Like, are they just, they worried it's coming through the computer? What is it that's freaking them out so much that they came and do an online cooking class?
For mine, 3 of them said income situations, because certain ones.
So they're not buying groceries?
No, they're out of a job currently.
So they're not
right
going
now.
to eat. I'm not trying to be an ass to you. I'm just saying. So
I
they're,
know.
you know what I mean? So like, I guess, and Ashley was just texting me about this, and we talked about this, like this whole, because we had this conversation today, like this whole like need versus want. Like, how do we share that we're not
They need food before
a
toilet paper.
want? Like, how are we not, yeah, how do we showcase this to our customers? Like, we're not a want. We're not nail strips. I mean, no one's wearing makeup. You're not leaving your house, you know, unless you're doing it live. You know, we're not, you don't need new clothes. Like, so how do we figure out, and I'm glad this got brought up because this is like a big thing that I've heard from other people that aren't on here. How do we showcase that we're not something extra? Like, they're going to go to the grocery store and buy marinara sauce and macaroni and cheese and pulled chicken sauce or whatever, and stir fry and. So how do we come together to showcase that they're just shifting to Epicure versus Festival or Burger King takeout because they're still making food that you can go through the drive-through and people are still buying it.
My
Yes.
turn. My turn.
Who are you?
I'm Kayla, and I have lots of thoughts. Okay, so Robin and Tina. So Tina, I only gave you the brutal, don't let them cancel, and we postpone them. I do think, guys, that is right. If they're dead set, Tina, if they lost their job, it's probably honestly hard for them to think about it like Carissa's saying. So playing devil's advocate, I think rescheduling them is better than losing them. You can always circle back in a week or two when the situation is maybe a little less, thank you, Nate, a little bit less scary for them financially. Hold on, I needed a drink of water so bad. I didn't want to get up and be rude, so I asked Nate to bring me some. Okay, so that's number one. But what I didn't say is, how do you replace it then? And then Robin, you popped on, perfect timing, and you basically said, okay, I've got like nothing going on because of this. How am I going to get it going on? I feel like I've been saying these same things over and over again, but not all of you have been exposed to one of my team calls this week. I'm doing smaller team meetings with each of the teams in my organization. And one of the biggest things is you have to decide right now, like how many classes has that happened to? Look ahead excited that they rebooked for April and May. Okay, you didn't lose them. Again, no cancels for Kayla, no cancels for Robin, no cancels for Tina. Treat it like that's good. Now your future calendar, Robin, is filling, so you're not going to have the same issue ever again, right? But what can you do right now? You can cook live, but treat it like a demo. I know not everybody loves this. Carissa doesn't love this. So that's why I feel like it's good that I say it, because we coach different. That's why we're doing this call together tonight. My demo works. If there's one thing I'm so confident in here, I know my demo's good. So Robin, I've reverted to doing a demo in my recipe club. I'm going to do at least one a week. And I say who I am. I talk about the income opportunity. I talk about booking. I talk about the products. I share a party link. I'm doing it in a private group so I can offer a participation prize and a reward for, if I get a couple orders, I'll do everybody that ordered tonight goes in a drawing, and this is what I'm giving. It's just some meal solution pouches that I have at my house, but I am having really good success with that because people are bored. So even if they're in your club and have never ordered, or they ordered last week, I've had people place multiple orders already in March because the lucky packs came out. So one thing for you is know how many classes that you're super excited about that went into the future, but that you need to replace for yourself this month. And one thing is, make sure you're not just popping on for 5-minute brownies, although that's good. And I love those of you that are, I don't do that enough, but make sure you're also doing a full demo, because otherwise you're not getting the full service that you would have done at your cooking class out to people. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I just shared this tip on my last call. How many of you have ever done a catalog party before? And right now, catalog party is not safe. So don't do a catalog party with COVID-19. But there's a lot of people that are still working. Their jobs have not let them out, or they're working from home. So you could ask them, like, you can think through your head, who do you know that's posted on social media recently, or who is still going into an employer that could just do an email catalog party? Make a little joke about COVID-19 in an appropriate way. Like, hey, normally I would have put out snacks and catalogs in the break room, but right now I think that would be highly frowned upon, like winky face. So instead, I'm doing a fun catalog party for my friend Robin. Super excited about Epicure. It really is actually helpful because right now we all need to be cooking at home. Here's a link. Let me know if you're interested. I'll check back by Friday if I haven't heard from you. Guys, that costs you like nothing and is like very little time. And there are people who need our meal solutions. And if they're still working, they can send out that via their work email. And let's be real, those of you working from home are checking your personal Facebook and email and stuff anyway, right? Like, think about that. That's the demographic, unlike Tina's demographic, who right now lost their job. Look for those that are working and that need meal solutions, especially those that are still leaving the house and still need to come home and prepare a meal, right? Or those like Christina that weren't homeschooling now for a while. She had gotten into a groove and now they still want the meal solutions. Okay. So that's an idea there. Also changing up how you run an online class. Like, can you find so Robin has classes on her books and they all postpone to the future. She needs classes now. She thinks of my catalog idea. She starts cooking live in her group, but she has to know, Robin, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying it out loud. Like, I'm strategizing. She has to know some other people that would host an online class. Like, you need different people, right? Like, you must think of someone else in your circle who would host online for you instead. Don't beat the bush, you guys. This is not a season to beat a dead horse. That is the phrase I want to use. My dad always used to say that to me. Let's not beat a dead horse. Oh, shut up, Carissa. I can see you making fun of me right now. I am tired, okay? But I am here for you guys because this is what I'm doing in this season. If someone's a no, I'm loving them. I'm adding them to my marker board for follow-up later, but I'm not going to spend too much time on no's right now. Why? I'm looking for yeses. I'm looking for people 100% right now that are that see the value in either starting a business in this season because they have more free time than they do when they're chasing their teenagers to sporting events. I'm looking for people who are ready to host online because they see the value. And I'm also looking for people who know that they want this food in their pantry and that they don't care that they paid shipping twice already this month to place 2 separate orders. One when the vault list came out and a second one when the lucky surprise packs come out. That's what you're all looking for. You're looking for that client right now. Yeah, Christina, go ahead.
Yeah, don't get hung up on the no's either, because that can be deflating. I mean, I've heard so many times people are frustrated, they're deflated, they're feeling, oh, woe was me. I mean, Kayla and I are real people. We felt those same real feelings, same frustrations, but like Kayla saying,
I have cried. I have cried more this week than I did when Wild Tree closed.
Like, keep pushing forward, keep asking, keep sharing, keep going live, get creative. So a lot of times, I can't sit and go live for 40 minutes a night and do a demo. So I shorten up my videos. I do fast videos and people freaking love those fast videos. They love it. They text me about it. They order from it. I had someone that saw me tonight. I need to order, place a $60 order. So you have to get creative. So take the different things that we're talking about and just doing, because sitting and just like worrying about where the next class is coming from or where the next or who's going to join me, just do the things and just keep pushing forward. Yes, Mary?
I have a question for you about fast videos.
Mm-hmm.
Are you videoing them on your phone and doing the fast speed on your phone, or are you doing it on YouTube, or what are you doing?
Folder, and then I video them on my phone and then I upload it to a app, and then I just speed it up and put it, because I don't know, and I'll do a cooking. I mean, in this season right now, there's so much getting pushed out, and I'm super, I was kind of mad that all my stuff was getting pushed out, and then I looked at Kayla, I was like, well, this is kind of a God thing, because usually my summer's super light because of sporting events, but now my summer's going to fill in super nice. So I just look at it that way, and I'll survive in some shape or form leading up to whenever this is ending. So I'll have to do a demo or do something, and maybe all my kids will be in there, and my big kid, which is my husband, will probably be in there too, because he's been home for the last 7 weeks. It's a fast app, I think it's called.
Well, I appreciate the quick part of it, because Ken watches a lot of YouTube videos on making things. And the last thing you want to do is listen to somebody on and on sometimes. They're like, oh my gosh, just stop talking and show me what you're doing. So I think that really hits a certain group of people maybe that are like, sure, look at her. She's just Speedy Gonzalez, and you're not really talking. You're just zipping through what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
then
then there's comments and stuff. And, I just think that's genius. So thanks for sharing that.
And like I said, be creative and share different things. I mean, Instagram, in your recipe club, you can share like how easy it is to pop out mini brownies out of it. You know, I had someone that's like, I need that petite pan because I saw how easy it was. You took the brownies out, you know, so it's just little things. And like you said, Mary, it hits different people because we all don't have like 20 something in our recipe clubs. We have high school, you know, well, whatever, college, right into college, married, not married, no kids, you know. So I always say, I think I said this tequila or some, I don't know. It's like throwing spaghetti at a fridge and just waiting for something to stick. That's just how it's
And I've said this a lot of times, like in my 6 years, I have changed things so many times. 1 minute I'm telling Carissa, I'm never doing that. This is a terrible idea. And 3 days later, I'm like, Carissa, let's do that. That might work. I mean, that's just entrepreneurial life. I mean, that's not COVID-19. That's not a pandemic. That's just life. And actually, I think in many ways, you guys, I have seen now over the last, whatever day, June 28th was, however many months it's been since then, I have seen so many good things come from having to change up how I work my business. I've personally had more wins, but sometimes I let the losses outtake them or outweigh them. And I just want to remind you, like, go for the wins, whatever that is each day, but don't spend too much time right now hunkered down on one person that was supposed to have a class and they said no. Look at it like Carissa, find a different one person that wants to host and have fun and is commenting and move on. And I know Carissa's org, you guys are doing, everybody's teams are doing a little bit different right now. So bear with us because obviously we didn't have a plan for COVID-19. We're all reacting, but Carissa's org is doing a group class. And if you are in my organization, reach out to your upline leader and ask her if she's planning a group class. If you don't already know, my personal team, we're doing one Sunday night. Participate in things like that too. You might think no one's going to come. You don't know, like Carissa said, what if on the whoever's, you know, demoing or whatever posts go off, what if they see the petite pan and all of a sudden they're like, okay, $200 order later. Sometimes it takes just one thing to get their foot in the door and you can almost have a qualifying class worth of volume. It is only the 19th of the month. In a world that's adjusting to a new schedule, give yourself grace, but don't give up. I love what Sarah said on the team call right before this that I had with Sarah McClenathan, senior leader from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. She said, you know, now's the perfect time to start. If you have nothing going on, perfect. You're starting where a lot of people are starting. And if you're having a great month or if you've had a lot going on like Robin and then it's canceled, that's okay. I mean, we are in the trenches. We feel sad with you. It's okay to be mad or sad or frustrated. Oh,
Rescheduled.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Yes, you're my new best friend. You are my new best friend. Thank you for calling me out on that. I was scolding people last night on team calls about that, and then I just did it. But yeah. I definitely think just try something different. And I also, again, this is just me, so please don't think I'm being annoying. Someone's gonna roll their eyes, but I'm okay with it. The best tip I can give you is stop wasting your time doing things that are not growing you, and then an hour later feeling frustrated that your business is in the same spot. Please, for the love, do income producing activity that brings you joy, but also do the income producing activity that doesn't, and be proud when you walk away from that 30 minutes or that hour. Go back to homeschooling your kids. Go love on your spouse. Spend time with your family. Enjoy a season where the world is saying slow down. Pray for our nation, pray for our world, pray for each other. But can you please stop wasting time? That is like so hard for somebody who's watching from afar. It's easy to get caught up in the news. It's easy to spend time being sad about situations. But if you really want to grow a business, and I'm guessing all of you do, you wouldn't be on this call or listening to the playback, do income producing activity. And if you don't know what that is, please reach out to your leader and ask her what your income producing activity should look like for the next couple weeks. Because that's the biggest thing, time management.
Yeah. Can I say something, Kayla?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I'd make a couple notes here, but I wanted to refer back just for a moment to the hostess who lost the job, that sort of thing. I've had that too, or the husband, handyman, no more income, but it's the hostess that doesn't have to spend any money, you know, and she's concerned about her friends too, but of course the price points are good, but I had one too that just said that too, that her husband isn't able to work. And I gave her some verbiage and we're going to get on a call tomorrow. And she's so encouraged because the whole idea is to save money and she shouldn't have to spend any. So that should hopefully be helpful for hostesses. I also was going to say, it's so easy and it's okay to acknowledge, golly, this moment I feel defeated. And then this moment, I got this, I can do it. and to bounce a little bit in between that, but know that we can control the controllables. And of course, grab these ideas, grab one idea a day or depending what your work schedule is like, and just put it into action. I have found Facebook groups to be way more engaging than I've ever had them before. And it's because people are just available. So I think that is neat. Remember, if you do any live, done is better than perfect. And so just get on there. And I'm telling my teammates too, just if you're cooking, just flip your camera on. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you get better as you do it. But people just love watching live. They tune in. I'll see people clicking on my live weeks after. Like, it's really interesting. And of course, right away, but just saying that they're very, very enticing. And everyone's got kids at different ages, but invite your kids into it and have a green light session. What should we do? Or your husband. My kids are starting, they're going to work on it tomorrow, but they're going to do a series. Kids can cook with Epicure, and they're going to make it kind of like The Office. Like, they're just going to create these videos that they're cooking, and they're stirring with ideas, and people love it. So defeat to success, just to fight through that, but acknowledge it, that we're all kind of bouncing in between a little bit, but end on, we got this. We're going to keep moving forward, and we bring joy. This distraction is such a positive thing for people. That's what I'm hearing, and it just feels good, and there's energy in it. So just remember how much we're serving in a truly tough time.
Love that.
I love that. I agree. Sheree, I think if I didn't have this on the opposite side, well, there's been highs and lows here, right? As a business owner, if I was home and maybe only watching news, or maybe my circumstances would just be different, I would need a high, right? I would need something that brings me joy. And the people who are tuning into my cooking demos and stuff, they're loving it. They're having fun, engaging, and it's just a distraction for them. And even if they don't have the money, I want to remind you guys, I'm not asking anyone to pull out their wallets and give me their family's finances or making them feel obligated to purchase, but I'm setting up a buying, selling atmosphere. I'm setting up a very strong, I'm very proud of what we do. I know now is a good time to run a business. I know now is a good time to host. I know now is a good time to purchase meal solutions. If you're confident, Kayla, be confident, Sheree, be confident, Carissa. I know that's a joke. I don't want you to be Kayla, but be confident. And then people will see that and they'll want to engage, because that also makes them feel like, okay, I believe her. I trust her. There's rapport there. Look at how can you, see her confidence and not be like, okay, I can try this for $25 for $50 to $60 in surprises. That sounds like fun. So just remembering that too. Like, you're not asking for a mortgage payment. You're asking them to buy groceries. But don't say that. Please never say that to someone. Like, be very mindful that everyone feels differently in this time. That's really good,
Kayla,
Sheree. Yeah.
this is Joy. Can you hear me?
Yes. Sorry. Hi.
I just wanted to say back to the thing about people not wanting to do their classes online, have just a demo online.
Yeah.
But it's boiled down to me for a couple of people that had to cancel and don't want to reschedule online is they want the people to be able to taste the food and see the food, see how fast it cooks, and be able to taste the food. That's what it's boiled down to, period.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah. So Joy, that's not a bad thing. That's like going back to what I was saying to Tina and Robin. Carissa and I, of course, like we both shared, felt that little bit of tug at first. We like to keep a very full calendar and have very good personal sales each month. But as long as I'm working the other avenues we just told you, my sales are still coming in, and my cooking classes then are postponing to April and May. What I wanted you all to hear, though, is that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing if they want to get together. You're going to have higher sales and a better booking rate when you're live. That's probably very likely. Not always, but very likely. The difference is, though, make sure you don't let them just hang there in limbo. Suggest a new date, even if they're nervous, and let them know that you're not going to hold a gun to their head to save that date, but that you'd like to connect, when it gets closer, and make sure that date is still good, but you want to pencil something in. That was my big tip on that. Anybody else? I just don't like people in limbo, because limbo leaves room for them to lose excitement or have something else happen in life. And their job's not Epicure, our job is. So it's easy for them to get unexcited. Carissa, would you agree with that? Am I coaching okay on that?
Oh yeah, I agree, because I've heard that. I mean, real life example, someone that was supposed to have a cooking class next week, and I gave her options of what we could do, and she said, to be honest, I want people to to taste the food. She's like, and quite frankly, I would love people to be in my house because I don't get out much anyway. So she wanted that group, you know, feeling. I said, that's totally fine. And I did actually, it's funny that you said that, Kayla. I did what Kayla did and posted and shared like, hey, here's a new date. However, you know, my doors are still open. If you need some quick meal solutions, here's my website. And then also join me here for my recipe club for more ideas before, you know, May, whatever date she chose. So, and then another tip too for you. So those of you that have maybe March or April classes that are pushing to online, this is, and I was telling Kayla gave me this idea yesterday. I've been telling, so I had one for April. She wants to do online. I'm like, okay, great. Let's do this online. I said, and then would you be open to doing something in person in June so that your friends, we can still get together? We'll do online for April, you know, in April, they'll get to try it. They'll get to see it, you know, virtually. They can, and by June, they're going to need some more products or try something new. And she was like, yeah, that sounds great. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. You didn't even start the class yet online, and then you're booking also for June too. So that's another tip. Any other questions or?
I was asked to share the words for the catalog party, and I did share them in the comments. Make sure you grab them from there if you want to copy and paste them. Also, if you're in my team and Carissa can just copy this if she wants, I'll share with the recording tonight, and I'll share those words. Was there anything else that I'm going to get asked to share the resources on? Because I want to try to compile it right away if it's useful to you guys. So was there anything else that we were supposed to share? Or any other notes that you want included in like a recap of this call? Anybody?
Not a note, but Christiana again. I'm lucky because I'm really the only one in my area, unlike you guys who most of you live more dense. But with the meal packs on 20% off and just aware community kind of works, one of the avenues of my sales is actually my food pantry. They buy for a couple of meal packs. Usually it's one of the 3-week anyway. Now it's on sale because they do have people with special dietary restrictions that come in, you know, just they need food too. And it's not necessarily in poor taste. I found a really nice way to go in. I know somebody who volunteers, and when she learned what I was doing, she had me share, but it is some place that you can go to, and none of us can tell you how to run your business, any specials that you want to do. We don't have those same avenues always, but like right now, they're going to be putting an order and stocking up on the 3-week meal solution pack because you can use staples that they're going to have. Beans for chili without meat. They can do the alternatives with those, and it's something that they can give somebody with a special dietary restriction, and it's not costing them the same amount. That meal solution packet, I guarantee you, is cheaper than going out and buying all the ingredients that you need to make chili or make one of the packs that come in, and you're getting a better deal out of it. So it's up to each of you. I'm lucky to live in a small community where our food bank does that, but it's an avenue I have, and it may work for some of you depending on where you live, not just for now, but in the future. But we are at a higher need for it.
Anyone else? Questions or thoughts? We have about 2 minutes before I have to boot you all off my line because I have a call right after this.
I just have a question, Kayla.
Yeah.
Like, I think right now, Amanda Waterman from Richland Center, Wisconsin. I've been with Up Here since the end of January. Okay, first of all, I've had a really rotten week. and I have been depressed and crying most of the week. Trying not to start now, like been debating on sharing. I haven't had anybody cancel classes, but I only had 2 for the rest of the month, and been doing everything I can and like sharing and whatever. But I think a big thing for maybe people, for me, is like the price points. Maybe to offer people as kind of a, oh, look at how this costs this. Is there something or somewhere, or like, is it a general rule per bottle? How much, like, bottle of marinara, how many cups of sauce? Like, I know with the dressings, they say, oh, this will make 8 cups of sauce, this will make this. But is there any, like, anywhere, any resources that will give me that, so I can say, hey, this little bottle is $8. This will make this many cups of sauce. Like, or is it, I mean, everybody makes it a little bit differently, but like, I think that would be something that would be very helpful to share with customers, because for me personally, I don't have a client base built up. Most of the people from my parties have just got their stuff from their hostesses. So they're like, well, we haven't even used it yet. So you're trying to sell us more. And like, I'm having a hard time getting people to order because I'm in an area where hardly anybody has tried it. And they're like, well, I don't just want to buy it and take your word for it. You'd sell me a rain jacket if I was drowning in the ocean, like that's kind of the mentality I'm running into with people. And I've reached out to people personally, like just people that I'm generally concerned about, like going into public, going shopping could infect them, whatever.
So can someone confirm, first off, I have to cut you guys off because I have to end this, but Sarah, are you still on? Let me look here and make sure. I'm going to have Sarah reach out to you right away. Is Sarah still on? She's not. I'll reach out to Sarah and Shelly and have them reach out to you about this yet tonight and just quick share. But can someone confirm that is on and knows this? A lot of the items that Amanda's asking about, like dressings, meal kits, etc., that's all in the catalog, right? The breakdown is right in there. So Amanda, go there first. Like if you go to the dressing page, it tells you how many cups of dressing each one makes. The meal kits tells you how many meals. A lot of them do actually. So just check the book on the pages. And if not, easily on the website, you can get the serving count and you'd be able to break it down really quick without much work. So I know you're busy, but I'll reach out because I have to put you all off so I can get this recording downloading quick before I start the next recording. But this was awesome. Do you guys want to do this again next week? Should Carissa and I do this often right now during this time? Okay, Carissa, can you because you're going to get off right away. Can you send me an email and just say plan next call? Can you do that for me?
When I was available.
Oh, no. I'm going to end this. You send me an email. I'm going to jump on the next call, and I don't want to forget, but we'll plan the next one right away. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay, it's so good to see all of you. Okay, the line's going to totally kick you off, and you got to get back in.